Cowboys Nation, stop what you're doing right now because this is not a drill. Something absolutely massive just went down in Dallas, and I promise you, it's going to send shockwaves across the entire NFL landscape. That's right, Stephon Gilmore, the former NFL Defensive Player of the Year, Super Bowl champion, and one of the most locked down corners of the past decade, has just been spotted back in Dallas. And signs are pointing to one thing and one thing only: a reunion could be imminent. This is the kind of move that changes everything, and if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan or just someone who follows the league closely, you already know that this is a huge development. Now, before you jump to conclusions, let's lay this out clearly. Gilmore was seen entering the Star in Frisco, not for some random visit, but for what appears to be very real, very serious talks. While the team has yet to make an official announcement, and while there's been no contract signing as of this moment, multiple insiders have hinted that this is more than just a courtesy drop-in. It's not uncommon for veterans to visit old teams, but everything about this has a very different vibe to it. There's urgency, there's mutual need, and most importantly, there's opportunity on both sides. Think about where the Dallas Cowboys stand right now. The defense, which has been one of the most aggressive, opportunistic units in the NFL over the past few years, just took a major hit with the loss of Trevon Diggs due to injury. Diggs, the young star known for his ball-hawking skills, is sidelined, and that leaves a gaping hole in the secondary. Yes, the Cowboys still have Darren Bland, who stepped up in a big way last season, and there are a few young names in the mix. But let's be honest, none of them bring the combination of experience, football IQ, and veteran savvy that Gilmore does. When you look at the NFC, where elite receivers are everywhere from Justin Jefferson to Cooper Kupp to Amon-Ra St. Brown, you need guys who've been battle-tested. Gilmore has gone head-to-head with the best of the best and has come out on top more times than not. This man made his name locking down names like DeAndre Hopkins, Julio Jones, and Stephon Diggs when they were at their peak. And now, with the Cowboys right on the brink of Super Bowl contention, reloading the secondary with a player like Gilmore could be exactly what this franchise needs to finally break through. Now let's talk about the kind of player we're really getting here if this deal does go through. Stephon Gilmore isn't just another aging vet looking for a payday. In his last full season, he was still playing at a high level, smart, physical, dependable. He's not the same blazing speed corner he was in his prime, but what he's lost in raw speed, he's gained in anticipation, technique, and positioning. There's a reason quarterbacks still think twice before targeting his side of the field. He's the kind of player who can transform a defensive game plan just by being on the field. Coordinators love players like him because they can simplify the rest of the defense. Put him on an island, let him work, and suddenly you can disguise coverages, send more pressure, or double a different threat. He frees up other players to be aggressive. And let's not forget the leadership angle. One of the most underrated elements of NFL rosters is veteran leadership, especially in high-pressure positions like cornerback. A young DB group without a seasoned vet tends to make more mental mistakes, bite on double moves, or lose composure in tight games. Gilmore brings calm to the chaos. He's played in playoff games, Super Bowls, and key matchups where one mistake can swing the entire outcome. That kind of experience is worth its weight in gold. Even more so for a team like Dallas that's full of raw talent but has struggled to take that next step in the postseason. Bringing Gilmore back into the fold means adding not just skill, but maturity, preparation, and composure to the locker room. What makes this entire situation even more explosive is the timing. We're days away from the NFL draft. Teams are finalizing boards, evaluating needs, and preparing contingency plans. For Dallas, cornerback was already a position of concern, and now, with the Diggs injury and the lack of experienced depth, the urgency is even greater. But signing Gilmore changes everything. Suddenly, cornerback doesn't have to be a first-round priority. The Cowboys could pivot to filling other gaps, perhaps offensive line, a true WR2 opposite CeeDee Lamb, or even adding a playmaker at tight end or safety. That flexibility is invaluable. And Jerry Jones knows that. The man's been around this league long enough to understand the value of veteran insurance. He's not blind to the fact that a solid secondary can be the difference between winning the NFC Championship and watching it from home. Now, there are still a few things that need to line up for this to happen. Gilmore has to agree to terms, obviously. We don't know what kind of salary he's demanding. Last time he was on a one-year deal worth around $10 million. He might be asking for something similar, or he might be willing to come down in price for the right opportunity. And from all accounts, he enjoyed his time in Dallas. He fit into the culture, had the respect of his teammates, and was a good fit schematically. That matters. Some players just click with certain teams, and you get the sense that Gilmore and the Cowboys had mutual respect. He wasn't just a body out there, he was a key contributor, even as age started to creep in. Another factor is Gilmore's desire to win. He's not going to sign with a rebuilding team. He wants another shot at a ring, and Dallas, with its loaded roster and competitive NFC East landscape, is as close as he's going to get to a contending opportunity. Micah Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence, and Leighton Vander Esch up front, combined with a solid linebacker core and young DBs, give Gilmore the kind of support he'd thrive with. He wouldn't need to be the one corner every down, just a reliable vet who can shut down his man and deliver when it matters most. Now, let's be clear, this isn't just some feel-good reunion story. This is a strategic football decision that could elevate the Cowboys' defense into elite territory once again. Remember when Gilmore was last on this team? That defense was nasty. Turnovers, sacks, pressure everywhere. Adding him back now, when other teams are just trying to patch holes, would be a power move by Dallas. It's the kind of thing contenders do. They don't just hope the draft solves their problems, they take action, make savvy veteran moves, and build depth before it's too late. And let's not ignore the fact that the NFC is wide open this year. The Eagles are still dangerous, sure. The Lions are up and coming. The 49ers will always be tough. But nobody's running away with this thing. A few smart roster decisions like bringing in Gilmore, and suddenly Dallas becomes the team no one wants to face come January. There's also the fan aspect to this. Cowboys fans have been begging for this front office to be more aggressive. We've seen other franchises go all in, trading picks, signing stars, making moves. Dallas has often been conservative, holding on to cap space and relying on internal development. But now, this could be a sign that they're finally ready to break that mold. Bringing Gilmore back sends a message: we're not here to wait, we're here to win now. That's the message players want to hear. That's the message fans deserve to hear. And that's the message that shakes up the rest of the league. If this deal gets done in the next 48 hours, expect fireworks. Expect reactions from every major sports outlet. Expect defensive rankings to shift. Expect analysts to start whispering Super Bowl window again when talking about Dallas. It's that big. And it goes beyond just what happens on the field. It energizes the locker room. It shows belief. It shows a front office willing to push the chips in when the timing is right. So Cowboys Nation, buckle up. Because this story is far from over. Stephon Gilmore could be walking back into the blue and silver locker room sooner than you think, and when he does, the rest of the NFL better be ready. Because Dallas isn't playing around anymore. They've got the tools. They've got the talent. And now, with Gilmore possibly back in the mix, they might just have the veteran X factor they've been missing. Stay locked in, folks. Turn those notifications on. And keep your eyes on the star, because something special might just be brewing in Big D once again.